Hello and welcome to the Collective for Climate Action short interview series. I'm Jenny, I'm a member of the CfCA and I'm here today with Heather. Hello Heather, could you please introduce yourself, your job and your role in CfCA?
Yeah, so I'm Heather Foster. I'm I work at South Derbyshire District Council and I work as an Environmental Protection Officer. Yeah.
And what's your role in the CfCA?
So at the CfCA, I work with as a co-lead for the educational team with a gentleman called Ian Cable that I'm sure you'll get to know as part of these interviews. And I also am the lead in the council channel as well.
What led you to join the collective?
So I had joined the council about 2 years ago, probably a little bit less, and I was starting to do a lot more work on climate change. And I was trying to find a way of talking with other councils to kind of see what they've done. And there was not really any kind of formal way of talking to people openly in any kind of forum. So I joined the CfCA as part of that in about August time last year.
When did you first become aware of climate change and how do you think that's affected what you're doing now?
I think my biggest part was, I've always known that there was a threat to the climate and knowing how much of an emergency it was. But I do think it really hit home going on a carbon literacy course. It was around about 2019. And I think it shocked me because, at the core, I've done environment for, about 8 years. And I've always been very positive, like we can get through it, etc. And I think that hit home was like the scale of it and how much maybe I'd hidden the fact that we were in quite a bad position, and actually I needed to have a better tone to what I was providing to other people, because I'd realised that it was pretty bad.
Yeah. What are you hoping to achieve through the collective?
The biggest part that I wanted to do through the collective was to kind of help councils have a voice and be able to kind of talk cross-governmental, because there's a big part of being part of the councils where you don't necessarily know your next door neighbour or who does what in your local authority, and also being able to kind of have an open chat so you don't feel that you can ask a silly question, or maybe there's something politically happening where you want to kind of take that out of the equation and see what other people are doing to help you achieve it. So when I started, there was only about 10 councils on the Collective Climate Action, and from that I basically went on LinkedIn and emailed anybody with a council element, and we've now got about 160 councils on the channel now.
That's amazing. So that's, talking to councils and stuff, but what do you think is the most important message about climate for the individuals?
I think the most important message is to kind of get to the acceptance stage. That's a definite one for me, understanding the scale of the challenge and accepting that, in the past there was a lot of missed opportunities, but to kind of take that opportunity of, we know we accept where we are and how we can actually change it going forward, and kind of getting everybody to that place of acceptance, because we go through anger and frustration and confusion, but actually getting to that next step and actually helping us get to the end goal of tackling this climate emergency.
Great. You're obviously doing a lot in your work life, but do you think you do enough personally to help climate change?
It's a tough one. Can I say that I'm perfect? Definitely not. I think I've still got more to do. For example, a lot of them, and maybe some people can feel me on this, I've got a partner that maybe is not fully climate there. So, for example, not fully vegan. That's a big thing. I'm down to probably a meat meal once a week, but I'm not fully there. But there are more things that I think we can all do. I think it's just getting through how we can make a change, not just work-wise, but pushing businesses when I buy something, asking questions, and that's a big thing. But is there always more you can do? Yes, I think so.
And so the final question, for people who are new to this, what do you think is the best part in being in the collective?
I think the best thing is it's basically a community, a place where you can talk to people freely, openly, and you're not going to get judged on that. I also, as part of that, is that we haven't just got councils on here. We've got other people from all other organisations and some critical friends, like we've got the UK Climate Emergency Team, the Climate and Ecological Alliance. So we've got critical friends that are there to kind of push us in the right direction and also talk to us. So it's not just the collective on their own. It's, you know, made up of people who want to get there and work with us to achieve it instead of maybe working against us, and understanding our aims but kind of pushing us to go further.
That's great. Well, thank you for talking to us today. And it was really nice talking to you and really interesting. And thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. Really interesting. So,
Great.
yes,
See
thank
you
you.
later.
Bye.
Bye.